Let's go. What's happening? It's your boy Darryl Blalock here. We're doing Stop, Drop, and Listen, and I'm here with my boy
Big Joe, Rosati and the Hizot. You know, we're doing this Mastermynd sports thing now, so thank God for Emrod back here. Got us together to discuss what's going on in the crazy sports world, as I like to call it. You know, it's a big soap opera for a lot of this bullshit.
Absolutely.
And what I'd like to get into right now to get this going is what's up with the officiating in sports, man? I mean, how do you think there's an issue? There's a lot put on officials, but I think that we have so much pressure with all the different replays, right. You know, so many of them. Now, back in the day, we didn't have all this video. Of course,
you know. Now we have we have instant replay for the instant replay. We got somebody in New York watching instant replay. Somebody in Chicago watching instant replay. Also, the people at home and the people at the game, along with the other officials watching the instant replay now. So now I think they're getting over scrutinized. But at the same time, I think there's more money at stake, so I can see why there's.
Well, my problem is they still don't get it right, and if I can sit at home and watch some shit go on, and they don't call it, what the fuck y'all doing? Because we got all this technology now, and my point is they need to fix the whole thing, because what really makes me mad is when I watch baseball, and we all have at home. They show the strike zone on TV. They don't hit it's outside on the corner, and he calls it a strike. Now, I watched a documentary on HBO Real Sports. I'm sure you've seen it. Everyone has in here. And they had a whole thing where the umpire would get the call in, and he'd call a ball a strike. And they were trying this in the minor leagues, and it was working very well. And then it didn't go anywhere because they want it to be real still. But there's so many errors, especially in baseball. I think they missed 14 to 15% of the strikes for the year.
That ball coming 97 miles
I get
an
it.
hour, man. 102
I
miles
get it.
an hour,
I understand
man.
it.
And listen, I've caught a ball going 80.
Right.
So I can only imagine what a 95 looking like coming down.
No, I can. I mean, yeah.
They're so creative. You got two finger fastball, 4-finger fastball, 2-finger sliders, knuckleballs.
Well, knuckleball don't count now. Come on, I go 45 miles, maybe at best.
Change up, off speed, and I saw one picture, man. He literally threw a ball across and released it on the left side of the mound, and literally the ball last minute cut. I mean, the mound and landed on a completely different side. Like,
I'm gonna know that.
How the hell is a dude looking over the shoulder supposed to catch that shit on time?
Well, that's why it needs to change now, because the game has evolved so much.
Yeah, no.
I mean, let's just be. Don't get it twisted. I totally respect where you're coming, and I get it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's at that point now. We have all this technology.
Yeah.
And to make it the game it needs to be, then fine. I mean, it's not like, when Babe Ruth was pounding beers and hanging out with bras all night and eating hot dogs to go play. Now everyone is a tool athlete. They're amazing. I
got a question for you, Joe. So based on that, right? Minor leagues, I didn't know that they tried that.
Yeah, they did.
So, but here's the thing. Who wants to be an umpire if you can't? Because that was one of the parts of the original game was that
of course.
This is before betting was the fact that you could have human error that would help. But here's the thing: is now you have to question it based on all these people get in trouble throwing games and everything. So what would the most extensive route be? Like a computer behind it, be like. Ball,
well, I think, but here's my point, and I agree with you. But again, who the fuck would want to be a ref? Or an umpire. I mean, you see, when that Donahue, documentary came out, he had a dream to be a referee. What?
I never met anybody who ever wanted to have a dream to be a referee. Most refs were former players who were fuck it, I'm broke now. I probably need to go back and go get a check. Well, for my wife leave me. For real. That's most refs. And they move up to high school, college.
Yeah, they go through ranks like everybody else.
Well, here's the thing. I think a thing about umpires, I don't know if it's the same with refs. I've heard that it's more competitive to be an umpire than it is to be a player.
Wow. Well, I can see that.
But I don't know. It feels like
a smaller niche of people, though, too. I mean, it's not a big. They wouldn't have a big team.
Yeah.
You got for basketball? You got 24 players, 3 refs on the court.
Right.
So you got one just in case if one get injured. So in NBA you have what? I think 1,000 players,
maybe 1,000,
maybe something like that. Give or take, 1,100 maybe. I don't know, something around there. So you probably have 30, 35, 40 fucking refs. Well, you have 30 games. No, you have 30 games. You have 30. You have 30 teams. So on any given day, just say 28, 29 games. You know, you do the math. You probably got 64. Probably got 64 to 85, between 64 and 85 refs playing every week. So it's like, I mean, every night.
Right.
So you probably got a million people trying to be a ref in basketball. That's crazy. Well, that's pros, not counting college.
No, see, that's my whole thing. Like when you watch these youth sports now with the officiating, how these parents act, and these are all volunteers. It's sad, bro.
Get me started. I saw a high school game the other day.
Well, what's his name was in trouble? Talib's brother, didn't he? Yeah, Talib's brother. You know.
Well, that's different because that's South Florida, man.
Yeah, no, I get that.
That was Texas actually, but in those little league places like that, man, they actually be betting on putting money on those.
Right.
They put thousands of dollars.
I mean, there's some real shit going on there. They're already betting. See,
you know. So but I mean, again, you know, I mean, we all been mad at the official. You know,
fuck, I'm mad at official every time I watch a game.
Hold on. There was a little boy named Darryl back in the day. He was watching the Bulls and the Knicks going at it back in 1994. Jordan had retired. The Knicks took the Bulls to the 7-game series, the 7-game of the series, and Pippen went. Oh no, the Knicks had the ball. And John Starks pulled up for a 3-pointer, and the ref had the damn audacity to say that Pippen fouled him. The Bulls lost because of that call. You want to talk about officiating? That was some bullshit.
Okay, he's very serious about this, and he's coming at me, and I don't think he knows.
That was some bullshit.
I get you.
That was some bullshit.
He's upset about this, and I appreciate that. But I don't think he knew what he just started with me. I'm a fucking Raider fan, bro. You want to talk about fucking calls?
Don't bring the fucking tuck rule,
Oh,
man.
no, not the tuck rule. The immaculate reception. There's no, hold on.
Yeah, you
no, listen to me. And I wasn't even, I was a baby. There is no physical evidence to this day that you can't see. There's no evidence of the catch, actually.
It really is not.
There's no fucking evidence. Okay, the Heidi game, I can go into this. The tuck rule game, even when the Kansas City this year, when the car got hit, they called the unsportsmanlike conduct and hitting them, right?
Yeah.
And it was a bad call.
Yeah.
They started flagging the readers. They called a fucking defensive holding call on a fucking missed field goal.
Yeah.
You know when the last time that was called? 2015. So I got you, bro. You talk. Hey, he's not even gonna dap me right here. He's talking when he was a kid. It goes on all the time. That's my point. They gotta fix this shit, bro.
Hey, what about Megatron in the end zone? We finally get close, and they take it away.
It wasn't a catch. It wasn't.
I'm telling you, they rob people all the time.
Dez Bryant gets the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
Oh, he got to control the ball. He got to finish the play. What do you mean?
Yep. I'm telling you, man.
The man snagged the ball one hand out the damn air and landed and stood up. But you mean to tell me that was? No, and I'm not even a Cowboy fan. I hate the Cowboys.
What about that play that happened with the Packers in Seattle on Monday night, like 4 or 5 years ago? You remember that? That Hail Mary?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, bro. They're not inconsistent with they do anything on the calls.
Yeah.
I mean, now we're going to get into the NFL. We touched the NBA a little bit MLB. It's got to stop. And it's the rules, especially the quarterback hits now, are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. I think my biggest thing is that it just slows the game down.
No, I get that.
And the bad thing about it is that basketball is already slow in person. Football is slower in person.
It is very slow.
In baseball, it's like watching paint dry. But in hockey, it's probably the best sport to go see in person. To be real with you on that. I love going to hockey games.
Especially playoffs.
Yeah, playoff hockey's the shit.
It's not even close. I was back in Atlanta with my friends. Like, we were just watching it. Like, I mean, I'm an avid sports fan. I'm going to watch every sport. I mean, badminton had a team that was popular. I probably, be watching badminton. But so, I mean, I think that it ultimately is slowing the game down to the point where you would much rather be in the comfort of your own home or even your favorite bar instead of actually going to go watch the game.
Right. No, I agree with you on that. And the thing is, too, I know I might have a few years on you, but back in the day when instant replay came out and I was young, I still remember it took them 20 to 30 minutes to fucking replay the shit.
Oh, word?
And now we're in 2022. I mean, audience, I am going to be 46 soon. But what I'm saying is, we're talking about 25 years. They still don't have it right.
I think a perfect marriage would be, you still want the aspect of human error.
Right.
I think that just makes it, that you add the layer of, of severity. Like, okay, I can fuck this up. I hope the city of Philadelphia might hate me after this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I love instant replay. My thing is I think NBA got it kind of right. We don't have to keep seeing that shit throughout the whole game. Last 2 minutes of the quarter, or the half of the game, we're gonna review everything when the shit is on the line. Because let's be real, you don't lose the game at that specific play. Of
course, but everybody see that. Everyone wants to talk about that specific play.
The dude might miss 3 blocks. On 3 crucial plays, like the offensive line just wasn't blocking it. The quarterback was off. Maybe it's inaccurate. Whatever the case may be. Weather, I don't care. There's different variables, all different kind of variables that add up to that loss. So I think for not novices, but people who aren't really fans like that, who just t-shirt wearers and get caught up into all that.
The homers,
like they, well, you missed the call. You really, fuck you, ref. You missed the call. Like, no, man. Like, you ain't at the practice with these people every damn day.
It's a grind, man. They don't see and I had this discussion the other day. Was at the bar. This dude was talking about the guy missed the catch, and I'm like, I just said it straight up. I'm like, did you ever play football? And he's with this lady, and he's kind of a whatever.
I know where this going. Where it's going. Why you son him in front of his old lady?
Because he's a douchebag. and I asked him, and he goes, New York high school. He goes, you play varsity? He was silent. Well, I'll tell you what, if Gronk was there, this and that, I go, Gronk ain't there anymore, and he's a wide receiver. Did you see that he had to jump up about 1.5 feet, and these guys are doing incredible things.
Contort his body like he's a damn gymnast, aerialist.
If you did that, you'd be out for 4 months from your job.
Absolutely.
And that's
like, sit down somewhere.
Yeah, it's just like we were talking earlier, dude, when I brought up about the Brady thing, when the guy goes, he's asking me, what do you think's wrong with Brady? And I talk about the offensive line. He said, well, can't they go get one in college? Do you watch football? Do you know how it works as a business? Yeah. Like we said, okay, what? We go to LSU, hey, you and you'll fix. We come in and, no. Yeah. There's no one on the market. They can't make a trade for him. And that's that's the thing about it. Sometimes when we talk sports with people, we deal with a lot of ignorant people that don't know the game.
But that's that. But that's when you just I shut up. I get real silent once I start talking to someone who had no skin in the game, who ain't never got a bruise on their knee, so who ain't never got burnt by no turf. That's a whole nother conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, what we talking about? But anyway, moving along, my boy here thinks him right here. He thinks that Bo Jackson is
he can go that way.
Is bigger than Deion Sanders.
He is.
And I want all the smoke because I grew up, Bo knows. Back in the day, there was a point in time when Bo was probably leveled with Michael Jordan.
That's the biggest athlete.
That's probably what the biggest marketing
I agree with that.
Athlete. But in Deion, though, I just feel like what he did far as the being braggadocious. He was the first braggadocious player that brought a little swag. He wore a gold. He had the S curl, but it looked wet, but it was dry. He looked good, played good, smelled good. Now I'm getting paid good. I think he was the reason why players started being able to add value to themselves and not being dictated to from the owners. And ultimately, I think that personality, it brought on the Chad Johnsons and the Terrell Owens, those type of players, as far as football. Because, back in the day before then, if you was a player, you just went where you were drafted. And then, I think Detroit, the owner of Detroit was like, he said something about like, he wanted to take a written test, and he was like, hey, I ain't going to beat up by this, so I ain't wasting my time with y'all, And then, just talking about that aspect of it, both were two-way players, right?
Bo, hold on, yeah, he would, but come on. Deion don't even compare to Bo in baseball. Bo was the man in baseball. If you look at what he did at Auburn and his 40 times and the athleticism and all the stories about him, that's my point. And I understand, but you got to remember, Bo. You just said it, Bo and Michael. Bo kind of started it. His career went downhill than Deion did.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about as an athlete, Bo was the man, bro.
I think we're talking about 1A, 1B. There's instances where Deion went across the field and caught Bo, But then Bo, just was Bo.
I saw that clip the other day. Yeah,
Bo was different. Bo had a different. Bo had a different gear than everyone.
And Bo used to shoot a lot of bow and arrows, and he still does.
True. I mean, I think that Deion. The reason why, of course, it's gonna be Deion. I think Bo career after the injury was I'm gonna say short lived, but I mean he just focused on baseball. He was not the dynamic player he was. He just came back and played
baseball. That whole injury really tore his career up, and it was really sad, man. But he was a monster. I think if Bo never gets hurt, the sky's the limit for what. Oh no, I mean that's what I'm saying. But I just think as a 2-sport athlete, I think he was better than Deion.
I mean, think about it though. Deion,
he had a short-lived career. But you know what I do like about Deion is when he with that reporter when he was in Atlanta. Oh, what was his name? God,
I'll look it up.
Do you remember this when they won and he put champagne on? He goes, "Real classy, Deion."
Yeah,
like I could.
I can't think his name, but he always just talk shit about Deion.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, so look, I like to look at Bo as sheer like bronze and power.
Right.
But Deion was smooth and finesse. Like them punt returns. You think about let's think about this. Deion is probably to me one of the best football players of all time. He's probably top 5 for me, maybe even top 3. Why? Because you think about it. Deion, they literally would shut off a half of a field for 10 years. For 10 years, they didn't throw on his side, and only a couple of quarterbacks. He started
the shutdown corner, basically.
Exactly, he birthed them. All of them is his son.
Wait, so who out of those two, who was better in NFL?
Well, Deion because Bo's career was short-lived.
Yeah, and Bo got hurt.
And Bo came into the NFL a couple years after he was drafted. He went to baseball first. That's what I'm saying.
And let's go on record. And Bo said. He said, I am a baseball player. Yeah. Anything I do after October is for fun. The dude came into the NFL for fun. And literally came in, took Marcus Allen's spot. Marcus Allen, Hall of Famer, all-world USC running back, Heisman. I mean, he carried them into a championship before, right?
He got an 83. They won an 83.
Right. Marcus Allen is the man, and you mean to tell me this dude having no training camp? Same as Deion though, no training camp, no nothing. Comes on and runs for 200 and something yards. I think 237.
One of the thing is we're never going to see it again.
Nah, we ain't seeing that.
No, they don't. Those both of them. You talked earlier about Brady. They don't make another
They're
Bo
legends.
or another.
I mean,
that's the whole thing.
Well, I think now specificity in craft, as far as athletes now, is preached. Where back in our day, like they wanted you to try everything. And again, we've never seen it's like the '90s. Like we've never seen nothing like this before. And so, like seeing a Bo Jackson or seeing a Deion flying from New York on a Thursday,
it was crazy to watch
and
that.
Catching then on the same day. Doing a punt return on a Sunday and flying to New York and actually suiting up in a World Series.
That's crazy.
You don't see nothing like that, man.
Who's third? If those are the top two, who's the third?
Oh, there wasn't.
Is anybody that does?
I don't know.
I mean, Michael Jordan played 2 sports.
Shit. Michael Jordan.
He played though. He played 2 sports though.
But
two.
Actually 3.
Well, the third
no, because he was a big golfer and he's a big gambler. See,
4. That's 4.
He's a
talent. He was once in a generation talent.
Jordan used to play like $100,000 a hole golf. Jordan can play golf too.
Jordan to sit there and win game 4 and gonna fly to Vegas and go and play poker all night and fly right back while you playing. He want to talk about 2-sport athletes.
I guess when we're talking about the superfecta with Jordan, I mean you just said it: basketball, baseball, golf, and gambling.
Yeah. Who was that? Who was the guy that he played with? He played golf with. Did you hear that story about he played golf and the guy beat him and he said, hey, and they were drinking beers all day and he's like, hey man, let's double or nothing on the game tonight. And then Jordan, because Jordan should have been spent, he should have been like hungover, whatever. He went and put up like 50 that night.
Yeah, I remember something like a story like that.
Do you remember that? I didn't hear that story.
No. Yeah, there was something that.
I'll look it up right now. Yeah. But Jordan,
I mean, here's the crazy John Daly Tiger Woods story I brought up the other day.
What's that?
Oh, fucking awesome. And I met Daly when I was a kid. I met Tiger when they're getting. You're talking about two different people. Two different
spectrum. The whole different spectrum of golf.
You know, Daly smokes 3-pack of cigarettes, has 12 Diet Cokes and M&M's when he plays. He don't give a shit. So they were playing in a charity tournament out in L.A., right?
Right.
And Daly finished early, starts drinking, and Tiger comes by and he goes, "Hey, Tiger, why don't you have a drink?" Because they're friends. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're known to be friends. They've talked about their friendship. And a couple hours go by, and Tiger comes back. He goes, "No, I got to go putt." He goes, "Go sit down and have a drink." Well, 6 hours go by. John's in his third bottle of Crown.
Wow.
And
he's
Tiger comes up to him. He goes, "You know you need to sing tonight because it was a charity event." So he goes up and sings and all this. And Tiger, comes in and finally has a drink and wants to see what John does. And the next day they were paired up. Daly beat him by 7 strokes. And Daly even says, he goes, "Yep, I beat his ass, but that one might have been the only time I did, but I beat his ass." When we sit here and talk
that's
about
that's a hell of a strategy. That's a hell of a strategy. I'm gonna get your ass drunk.
And you said you were a Crown drinker too. That's what he was drinking.
I love Crown.
But he's a vodka guy, but it's just funny, we talk about it.
Crown give you superpowers.
What you got, Mark?
No. JJ Redick was the one that told the story about Jordan. They were playing back in the day. They were golfing and they were drinking all day, and then he I think JJ beat him, and then Jordan that night he did double or nothing, and then went and just put like 50 up just because.
Yeah, that's what he could do.
Michael's motherfucking Jordan, man. Put some respect on his name.
Well, we both got his J's on right now too.
Oh, absolutely. Here.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But other than that, in the world of sports, what else going on?
Well, let's talk about the big thing that hit the NFL this week that still got everybody a little mind boggled.
What's that?
Jeff Saturday.
Let me tell you something. I've been around. I ain't been around a long time, but it's getting there. And I ain't never seen no shit like that before in my life. I have never. It's almost the equivalent.
Wait, what happened? Give me the breakdown.
What do you mean what happened? Where the fuck you been?
I told you I don't watch sports, man.
I thought you were Mastermynd.
I'm a DJ over here.
So Jeff Saturday was he's a former he's a center, right?
Center.
So
I don't know. I don't see if he's a Hall of Famer. I think he is Hall of Famer.
He's material for sure.
For sure.
I mean, if he's not,
I
think he in.
I think he might be in. I'm not sure about this.
I think he in because he wouldn't be talking all that shit with Dion and them all the music on NFL. He
would
be in the same
a lot
room.
of people respect him as an analyst too. They respect him. I mean, the thing that happened, it's not because of Jeff. It's because of what it is.
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
Dude has not coached. He has never been a coach.
He's been a head coach for high school football. And he lost two games.
Right, and he was like, "This ain't for me." And then Irsay, John Irsay, the owner of the Colts, was just like, "You know what? This shit can't get no worse. Let me go ahead."
I just don't get it. And I read an article earlier about Joe Thomas. You know, Joe Thomas is the tackle for the Browns. He's retired. He's an analyst.
Yeah.
He said, you can't have your drinking buddy show up to coach your team. And that's what it kind of comes down to because they're buddies.
Yeah.
And I think it's just, you have Reggie Wayne, who's a Colts legend.
Yeah.
He's a receivers coach, I believe. John Fox, who had a great coaching career. Gus Bradley, who's a great coordinator, had some head coaching experience. And you decide just to go get Jeff Saturday out of nowhere.
Listen. Sometimes you just gotta go get your partner. That's what it come down to. He was just like, you know what, this shit ain't been going right for a while now. They ain't been making the GM been picking bullshit. And he was like, you know what? I don't trust nobody but my boy right now. He went and got his partner there. That's all right. And listen, as crazy as this might sound, I believe that Jeff Saturday, he knows his X's and O's.
He does.
And I think he's a people person. I think everyone.
That's the biggest thing is camaraderie and how you you treat and you lead men.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think that he will galvanize the troops and actually play well. Now, will they do well this year? Probably not. I think he probably need a whole
I don't think he'll be the head coach next year. I think this is just one.
Oh, a filler?
No way. There's no way.
I've seen crazier things.
There's too much. Yeah, well, of course. And you're not a Raider fan. And my whole thing is the Colts play the Raiders this week.
The way people wait for a comment to come around.
It's true.
I've seen crazy.
The Colts play the Raiders this week, and if he beats the Raiders, they have to fire Josh McDaniels. That's what's so funny about this whole thing to me.
I mean, I know you're hard on Josh right now.
I got to be hard on Josh. Everyone's hard on the whole Raider Nation is, but the thing is, you're right. The Saturday thing is really weird, and it makes no sense. But if it works out, it'll be amazing. Because he does. I just meant to name those coaches on the staff, and those guys are all journeymen. They've been there. They know the game.
Yeah.
I just don't know why they didn't. I would have done Reggie. I would have put Reggie.
He's not in the Hall of Fame, by the way.
No, he's not.
Damn, I thought.
No, he's not. I don't think he hasn't been retired that long.
There's a lot of people that think he should, and like
he will be
all the way from 2012.
When did he get out of the league?
They've been talking about this since 2012 because I don't see anything.
Jeff should be a Hall of Famer, man.
Yeah.
No, he should.
And he got he played in one Super Bowl, won 2.
Yeah, he played for the Packers for a year or 2, I believe.
Yeah, he definitely deserves
he was good.
to be
He was a great player.
Hall of Famer. That's interesting.
Well, no, I mean, you know how it takes time. He'll eventually get in. He wasn't a first
problem
ballot.
is he ain't politicking enough. He ain't talking to enough.
Yeah, he's been out of the league for about 10 years, it looks like.
Yeah, so I think they get what I think after when you've been away from the game 4 years, then you get eligible.
After 4 years?
I believe so. I'm not a very.
I mean, I guess if I was Jeff, if he gonna hire Jeff Saturday, he might well go get Peyton Manning to be his offensive coordinator.
That would have made more sense to me.
You know, that's what I would have thought. I thought he would have got Peyton.
That's what is interesting. They took the center instead of the quarterback.
You know what? But you gotta remember, the center is damn near the quarterback.
100%.
The center, the Mike linebacker, those three positions.
You got to have those. If you don't have those, you're not going to have a team. And that's what it is. But I guess the big problem going to Indy is they have great players on that offense line. It's in disarray right now.
With the offensive line?
Yes, the offensive line is the big problem.
Hire your boy to be offensive line consultant or coach. Something. You don't hire him to be the head coach. Where they do that at? Let me tell you something. I'm here for it, man. I am here for it. I'm here for it. I mean, hey, if it works out, great.
Right.
If it don't, it's gonna give us a whole lot of shit to talk about.
Oh, are you kidding me?
The world to talk about.
Yeah.
You heard me?
I heard you, but I'm gonna tell you, if he beats McDaniels this week, it's gonna flip to the other. That's the thing. That game is the media is gonna blow it up no matter where it goes.
Yeah, I mean,
it's gonna be fun.
It just sucks. It sucks for McDaniels because you had following. Gruden.
Well, no, Basaccia is the one they should have caught.
Yeah, but still, Gruden, got say what you want to say about that man. When it comes to X's and O's, the man is up there.
Who, Gruden?
John Gruden.
Get the hell out of here, bro. Let me tell you something real quick. He inherited, he didn't draft any teams in Oakland. Al did. He inherited Dungy's team. Wait. No, I'm telling you right now. No, I'm going to blow this up right now. I'm going to blow this up on you and let you know about Gruden, okay? Because I got it, okay? Give me some time. Yeah, you're going to hear it all right now. He didn't draft any teams in Oakland. He inherited Dungy's teams.
Oh, God.
Okay. Well, I'll get you back. It's good. So, okay? He didn't do shit after Dungy left. Then he got back into coaching. Let's see what he did. He won and traded for Antonio Brown. Don't forget about the Cleo Mack shit. You name me one quarterback, he's the quarterback guru that he had. Name one. Who? Rich Gannon, who was a fucking journeyman that got caught up real quick. They found him. He sucks ass. He's not a good coach, bro. He's a personality. He's not a coach.
What was their record last year?
Look up John Gruden's all-time record.
What was their record last year?
Who? John wasn't there. That was Basaccia. Basaccia.
Year before that. That was his offense. That was his offense.
His offense isn't shit, bro. He's a bum.
Y'all went y'all first playoff in how long?
I never wanted. Basaccia did that, not Gruden. If Gruden was there, it wouldn't have happened.
Gruden's not a good coach. I guess so. John Gruden, postseason 5-4.
Okay, and those are all
career
20s.
122 and 116.
So you think that's a good coaching career?
Yeah, Super Bowl.
He got a Dungy Super
He held
Bowl.
his first
knows that.
head coaching position with the Raiders franchise during the Oakland tenure
right now. Yeah,
from 1998
He's a bum,
to
bro.
2001, where he won 2 consecutive division titles and made an AFC championship game.
And he
appearance.
played fucking his old team in the Super Bowl. Don't forget that. And they ran the same damn offense.
Okay.
He's a bum. He got what he deserves. Listen, I can't stand the man.
He got what he deserved, man.
No.
He got what. Okay, we can move along. I'll give you that.
But since you just brought that up, I mean, look at, like I said this earlier, the NFL's consistency on the calls on the field. Yeah. But what about off the field? Look at the Redskins situation.
Man, let me tell you something. You got a bunch of people from the old guard.
Of course.
That's not going to relinquish no control anytime soon.
No.
I mean, you think about Jerry Jones, you think about Irsay.
Yeah.
You think about your boy over Al Davis, and now you think about.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about Al Sunday.
I know. I'm just saying.
That was different.
Even with the Commanders, what kind of fucking name that is? First of all, that's questionable. I mean, let's talk about it. That's questionable. You could have the Generals or some shit. I don't know. I mean,
I'll give you that one. That's a good one. I agree with you.
That's better than the Pelicans.
I mean, listen. The Hornets stole our name. The Hornets need to bring that bitch back.
I like the Hornets name.
They need to bring that back.
Yeah, I like the colors,
Jazz.
Man. And I know you were rocking those Charlotte Hornet colors back in the day.
Always.
Those are tight ass. I remember all those teams back there, man.
Hard.
Larry Johnson was hard over there, bro.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, they were the shit, bro.
Man.
Wait, who was Larry Johnson? Who else was it? Muggsy Bogues?
Muggsy Bogues, Glenn Rice,
Muggsy,
Alonzo. Well, Lonzo was there, wasn't he?
Lonzo was there, yeah.
Yeah. They had some good teams, man. They used to go at it. Mason was there for a year or two, I think.
Yeah.
Mason was a fucking beast,
I love Mason,
bro.
man.
Jesus, that dude was just...
It's crazy. I think Mason, Xavier McDaniel, players like that, Oakley, they unsung, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Give them they motherfucking flowers,
Oakley
dog.
want to fight anybody on any given day. He didn't give a shit.
You see a picture of Oakley back when he was with the Bulls?
Yeah.
Man, Oakley was ripped. Like, he was a bull. Like, he don't want none of the problems.
Yep, exactly. No, that's where the game has changed now. You don't have that.
Yeah, you don't
have the enforcers.
No, you can't enforce what?
Exactly.
Man, let me tell you something. Remember how we talk about Euroball back in the day?
Yeah.
This is what the NBA is now.
Yeah, exactly.
And actually in Europe, they actually let them play now. Like that, they actually let them play. Like they let them play through the hand checking and all that. It's way more physical in Europe now than it is over here in the NBA. You can blow on Steph Curry. It's foul. I mean, you can. What?
I tell you, the worst thing last year. I watched that documentary, Malice at the Palace. I just watched it because it was on, and I remember the whole thing.
So good.
It was great.
So good.
My buddy told me he had tickets to go to the Clip games. I went to that game, bro, after watching that, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Because what happened was the whole thing was wrong anyway. The fans, the positive thing I get out of that is the fans know they can't fuck around anymore. They were wrong.
Yeah,
they shouldn't.
I mean, they were in Detroit.
Did you guys? Yeah. Did you guys watch that live?
Yeah, I did.
No, I remember when it happened.
I was still living in Detroit.
Yeah.
And so when you're 19 in Detroit, you go over the border to drink in Canada, right?
Right.
So we're at this place called The Beach, and we're watching the game. And all of a sudden that happens. We're fucking 19 drinking in Canada.
I can imagine, bro.
20 minutes away from, and actually the Palace was back in the day. So that was like
Auburn
45
Hills,
minutes away. Auburn Hills, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Now everything is right downtown. But at the time we're just watching it going, holy shit.
Yeah. I remember when that all happened. That's what that documentary took it back. And see, they changed the game of basketball after that.
It did. I mean, the fans can do
whatever they want. Used to.
And I mean, I think you have, I don't know. They crossed the line, and also, but as a player, like you, at some point, your manhood, you do have a manhood.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I might be at work, but even I work at a bar, you come at me a couple times the wrong way, I'm gonna come from behind this bar.
It's on.
So I don't care. Everyone has their break in them.
Yeah, we took the Detroit versus everybody a little too far that day.
Well, no, the one thing when I watched that documentary when the kid got punched on the court.
Yeah.
And he said he was going to sue and all this and and how the charges went to him. That's what shit happened.
That's what. Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, that's the whole thing. And so watching basketball now to then, it's just changed too much for me. I loved it back in the day.
Yeah,
it balled.
I mean, I'm a purist. I have the conversation with my young heads all the time, man. And I mean, they get on my head talking about you want to see 88 the 91 point scores. I'm like, nah, but I want to see a more
someone bang.
I want to see somebody catch that ball on the post. I want to see what you're gonna do with it. Exactly. I want to see you go and you take that thing in.
Yeah, I mean, there's no banging down there. No one's fighting for rebounds, anything else.
Yeah, everything is so finesse now. I mean, they traded in the inside out game. Going to the rack and poking on people for tattoos, skincare routines, and the face paint.
Did you say skin? treatment routines.
Your skincare routines, whatever, branding.
Is that why the games are so much higher in points now? Because you can't touch anybody?
You can't hand check for one.
You can't.
And then, but now everybody, like nobody has. Dwayne Wade was the last person who had a mid-range game.
Right.
And now everything is outside of 3-point, man. Everything, all they do is shoot threes now.
So where do you see the game going in the next 10 years? Let's say.
I mean, it's going.
Where do you want it to go? If to make it better, right? So like I'm thinking like, 1990, you got the the Bad Boys in Detroit and all that stuff that was going on. It was super fun to watch, but we also got to be careful. We don't want too much violence,
right?
Even though it's fun to watch. But now it's getting so far the other way.
We're soft as a
nation, where do we go?
The generation after us they're getting softer and softer. And this isn't a critique. This isn't even me being like having something against them. Like I mean, there's ways that they've advanced things. Like I mean, the ball handling, like Kyrie, like we've never seen. I mean, Isaiah Thomas or Pete Maravich on his best day can handle the rock, but we never seen nobody handle the way that Kyrie handles the ball in space or at the rim, and as it can shoot all at the same time. But at the same time, I think like the NFL, right? You know how like we went. The college game, how it went spread for a while, right? We went from pro style offenses. There's an I formation, wing tip. Then now we went from pro style to spread.
Right.
But then now you see all these. Everybody has the personnel to cover all these multiple sets in all these different receivers. But what Tennessee do? No. We gonna line up two tight end and we gonna pound the ball. And now what you see is. The scoring is down on average now. Now you're seeing like in the fourth quarter, running backs have one running back is having 20 carries a game again.
Right, exactly. Because they don't use the running backs at all anymore. And the thing is like when you're talking about basketball, my thing is when we talk about the average sports fan, they want to see scoring. Yeah. So when we go back to the basketball question we're talking about, I think in 10, 15 years, you're going to see the games get up to around 200 because there's going to be no more defense. Yeah. In the NFL, you can't hit anybody anymore. So people want to see touchdowns. They want to see scoring. And the game is changing in both areas, which is soft. And it goes back to what you said. The generation is getting soft.
Like you can't leave them at home by themselves. My little 7, 8-year-old nieces, I can't leave them at home by themselves. But I was being left at home by myself when I was 3, 4 years old. My little brother, who was a toddler, who was 1. I used to have to make toast.
Right.
I crush some toast.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'll put butter on it.
Yeah. Now they're looking for an app to do it.
Hey, speaking of that, so how do you guys feel about the world of gaming becoming one of the biggest quote unquote sports? Is that a real sport? Or how do you guys feel about that?
Listen, if you want to commoditize something, whatever, I wish I could have got paid to play PlayStation back in the day. But one thing is interesting to me, not so much as becoming a sport. My nephew and my nieces, they literally watch somebody else play.
See, that's
weird. I'm all for it. I don't judge people. You get it how you live. But that's weird. You remember when you were little and you only had 2 controllers and you had to wait your turn to play?
Right.
And you remember how agonizing it was to watch?
You said in 2022, you said wait. We don't wait. We need right now.
We grew up in all different areas. It didn't matter. You'd be at someone's house. There'd be 2 controllers. There'd be 8 of us there. You would have waited an hour and a half to get on the game. Right.
And that's why we started doing skunk. We started doing skunk, 21 skunk or whatever. Yeah. Or we started making a 2-minute quarter so everybody can play. These kids will watch somebody play.
I think it's amazing.
For hours.
It's unbelievable.
And the whole idea behind that is that they want to learn how to beat the game, right? Is that right?
No.
What is it?
No. That's why we did it. That's why we had the little cheat magazine.
Yeah, up, down, left, right.
Yeah.
Contra. Up, down, left, right, BA, select, start, 30 men like that, bam.
Damn, in.
Everyone knew that shit.
Right? No, these kids, they literally just watch. They get pure enjoyment from watching them play. Like, where they do that at? You know what I mean? Like,
I wouldn't even want to do that
weird.
Shit. It is weird.
If I see my kid watching another person play a game for 5 hours.
Wait a second. So what's the difference between that and you watching somebody play basketball?
That's different, Mark. Don't you know that?
You know what's funny? First of all, I want to do a little shout out to Compadres, the podcaster, because what he just said weird. That should be a weirdo of the week segment that we do. That you just said so I appreciate you, D. That was awesome.
Hey, man, listen, we're going to keep it real.
But the thing is, what you just said, there was this girl I used to work with, and she would just say, when I would watch basketball, she was like, let's watch a video game or watch football. I go, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's not. It's not, because I agree with everyone when they said the video game. I couldn't do that shit now. And I tell people all the time, they go, are you a gamer? I go, I bet race horses online. I sit home and watch the races and I make bets. I'm trying to make some money. Yeah. So that's my video game.
Hey. You bet on the ponies, Darryl?
I ain't never bet on the horses before. I bet on, so I guess I'll tell the truth. So, you talking to someone who's been placing bets since they 5 years old.
Right.
Like my daddy, I used to pick, because I watch Sports Center and NFL Live and Chris
all
Berman
that,
and all that
shit. Yeah,
so I know everything. Yeah. So I was my daddy's like number one.
You were the runner?
I was the runner, but I mean I had to go drop it off to him. But no, like he was like, hey, who you think gonna win? What's the spread? I look at the spread, 14, Illinois versus Ohio State. Illinois ain't really been doing that.
It's Ohio State.
Daddy, they gonna make spread? Yeah, they gonna make spread. And so I would win my dad, me and my brother. Shout out to my little brother. His birthday a couple of days ago. But yeah, we would place a bet. Like, so we would like, my brother, my daddy and his friends would come to us and be like, who is what? And we would make money. Like we would like, they would break us off with our picks.
Well, as they should.
But, so I learned, but let me tell you something. But it was one day, it was one college day. We used to have these sheets, and we like, after, if you pick like 9 to 10, like, and if you put $5, I would put like $10 bets.
Yeah.
I would hit for like $400 or $500, right? So this one particular day, man, I put 12 bets, and everybody was covering in college, because I knew college like the back of my head, until the last game was Miami versus Florida State. And the spread was like, I think 17. It was 17. No, it was 14. It was 14, and I had picked Florida State, and Florida State was actually good. And I said, "Oh, they gonna cover this." It was back when they had Peter Ward. Man, I watched that game the whole. I was on pins and needles because I went to my East Bay book, and I was like, I done picked out all the shoes that I was gonna get. I was gonna get these pennies, man. And then
wait, so you needed to win all? Was this like a parlay or what?
Yeah, it was a parlay. It was a parlay. And when I tell you, Miami scored like on some bullshit, and they didn't. And Florida State didn't cover. Florida State won, but
you shouldn't have took a rivalry game like that, anyways.
So would you say that's
with that shit?
Right.
Is that one of one of the biggest bad beats you've had in sports betting?
That hurt the most. I think the second one was when.
I know, Joe. You better get yours ready too, man.
Right, got them all ready.
So listen.
This all day.
So listen. My mama, last one. My mama, right? So my family, we grew up a little unorthodox. My family, we was a certain kind of way, and so my mama got in on it. So she started saying that everybody was started winning money. So she was taking her money out of her savings, be like, "Hey, go put 200 on." 200. You got big money. 200. And she was like, yeah, go put 200 on it. You trust it, right? Yeah. So everybody winning money at this point. All football year. I was probably about 11 years old at this time, 11, 12, right? So here comes the last game of the year. I guess it's New Orleans playing the 49ers. And although the Saints is the home team, I was a big 49er fan. Jerry Rice was the biggest,
I know, as he should have been.
Oh, no. This 94. This 94. I was 10. No, I was 10. And so it came, I can't remember the spread. And all I know is that, but I think the 49ers started, I don't think we needed to win that division game. So they started taking out the good players. And we took the spread. And it got to the point, all I heard my mom was, it came down to the last couple of plays. I heard my mom was just saying, dive, nigga, dive. And she yelled it. She was panicking. She was like, dive, nigga, dive. Oh my God.
She pushed the panic button.
My mama acted a fool. She was hurt.
If you got money on a game, you become the biggest sports fan of that team.
Oh, no, that's how it is.
It doesn't matter. That's what I used to do when I got to LA.
Yeah.
I couldn't root for LA because I'm from Detroit, but I'd go watch the Laker game with the homies because they were doing, I put $100 on it and be like, all right, let's get this shit, right?
It makes the game a lot more interesting. I mean, that's some straight up shit.
I can't do it no more.
Joe, give me a bad beat or two.
I'm a horse better, but I'll remember last year I went to Vegas, and I've been to since I've been alive, I've watched the Raiders play in every stadium they've been in. And when you would talk about fans, they should only have one stadium they play. Yeah. I shouldn't. But I went to Vegas. I had a 10-team parlay in for $40. It was going to pay like, I think $4,000 or $5,000. I missed one damn game. And it was Pittsburgh at Cincinnati, and that's when Cincinnati, everybody, it shifted. I was so pissed because when I looked at it, I'm like, well, fuck, it's Pittsburgh, it's Cincinnati. And that's when the whole, and now you look back at now, Cincinnati's not what they were last year. And I knew this was going to happen. But that beat pissed me off so bad. I mean, I've had some horse racing ones, but a lot of people don't bet horses. Yeah. Anytime you want to learn, you know, I can.
Cool. I am not putting the fate of my money on no damn horse.
That's fine, but I'm talking about the thing is different. It's a value for what you bet and what you get.
Joe, would you ever go to the horse racing track with me again?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you're a DG and you don't want to talk about it.
I was so bored with it.
He's a degenerate gambler because the thing is about horse racing is it's little money to make big money.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you about this. I'm not going to bring it on this because I'm not.
No, we can bring it up.
No, I don't want to put my business on what I made on the streets. If you want to talk to me, DM me. I'll give you some advice.
Cool.
But that's just some straight up shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different thing.
I just wanted I needed some action in between races. That's how much.
Well, no, because he didn't know. There was one race going at Santa Anita, but they have all the tracks around America you can bet on in between. That's where it gets crazy. It's fun though.
My biggest bad beat in the world is this was probably the last time I really bet on sports that I actually cared about. I made the card. I broke the cardinal rule. I bet with my heart.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I never bet.
Game 7 championship. Detroit Pistons versus San Antonio Spurs.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, I wouldn't even touch
Detroit,
it. I wouldn't
game
even touch
7.
it.
I put like 800 on it.
I wouldn't even have touched it.
And I was watching the game with someone who did the opposite bet. And I was like, nope, never. That was the biggest lesson.
No. You wanted that pain.
You were just
won the year before.
You were just looking to get fucked with, bro. Seriously, I wouldn't even have done that. I would have bet it or hung out with the guy.
Was that 2005 or what was that? 2004.
4.
Right. Yeah.
It was 4.
That was definitely 2004.
That one and the other one was I did a parlay, and the last game I took the under on something that said it was like 250 points, and then when in triple overtime, Golden State it was the over, in triple overtime they finally went over the over, and I lost on that, and I was like triple overtime. Lose.
What was the odds of that happens? Those are the bets you got to make with the books. That you throw that's like hitting the 11 on the craps table sometime.
Let me tell you something. I almost fell victim to that this weekend, today actually, because LSU played Arkansas.
Right.
The spread was 3.5. Vegas, everybody was like, why would they give that spread to them? And we just beat Alabama the week before.
Right. No, exactly.
But I know traditionally that's a hard ass game on the road. Arkansas is 30 degrees. It was 30 degrees.
It's a rival.
Down where we from, it's 75, 80 degrees.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we don't do cold weather. We don't do
that time. It's November where it gets really cold in those states. Yeah.
But we don't do 11 a.m. kickoffs. Like, anything about LSU, we have everybody come tailgate, they be drunk as hell. So by the time we play at 4:30 or 6:30, a nighttime game, it's the most raucous, the most best football stadium you're ever going to go watch football at. But yeah, so I almost fell victim of that. I was like, I almost called my boy, I was going to call my little brother, be like, hey man, go and put 30 on that for LSU for me. And I was scared. I was like, nah, I ain't going to do it. And then sure enough, guess what the score was in the game? 13-10. Damn. I knew it. But that's when
it was the hook.
Yeah.
That damn hook.
Yeah.
I hate hooks.
3.5.
I can't stand them.
Wait, so how the hell does Vegas know?
Dude, Vegas is on point. Vegas is killing it this year, and I've talked about this on the other pod, and I'm going to tell you, it's so strange to me. And I'm going to go back to the Raider reference real quick. I want you to. So when the Raiders played the Chiefs this year, Lisa Salters got on right before the game and said 80% of the money was on the Chiefs. The Raiders were getting 7.5. They lost by 1. And when they say certain shit like that,
you got to pay attention to that.
It's too late at some point, but it's where the money's going.
Yeah.
And they got it on lock, bro. They're so good at handicapping those games. It's unbelievable. And my advice to the audience, don't ever take a spread with a 5. 3.5.
Oh, no.
8.5.
No.
Don't ever do, because that's the hook, and it's the worst thing when you get hooked.
Yeah.
It might help you once or twice, but you'll get hooked more than you win on. I hate spread with 0.5. I can't stand it. I can't.
This conversation reminds me of my favorite movie ever, 2 for the money.
Yeah, 2 for the money.
Have you seen that, Darryl?
Yes, I have.
I used to have it on my wall. He would give me so much shit.
And like I told you, I knew him when he was young. He used to have the fucking bleach highlights and shit. I used to talk shit.
I still do, man.
I didn't meet that part.
Yeah, I did. And I want to do it. And you know, when you go to someone's house and they say to your actor, I mean, you want to see some cool. And I'm like, 2 for the money.
2 for the money. Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah,
Rounders.
I love Catch Me If You Can.
Rounders. But 2 for the money. I was just a big gambler.
Yeah, I know.
I used to go play blackjack on Sundays. Come back with $2,000. Call off week for the weekend or for the whole week.
But that's the perfect
Commerce Casino.
Yeah, he used to play all the time, bro.
Yeah.
I've been with him a couple times.
I had to stop playing because that's all I could think about.
Yeah, no, I used to go with him. We went a couple times.
Oh yeah, Morongo.
Yeah, I still remember we had to go.
Hold on.
Wait. I want you to tell the story after this. Go ahead.
Y'all used to drive to Morongo.
Oh, I got a great story for you.
Listen to this.
Bro.
Yeah. Okay. We used to drive there wherever we needed to go.
So we both had the day off, and he wanted to go to Universal Studios and go to Saddle Ranch.
It was a weekday, right?
It was a weekday. We both had the day off, so we go up to Saddle Ranch, right? We know the bartender, and for some reason, I don't know how this happened. Mark goes, let's go to Temecula. And I told him how far it was and whatever.
2.5 fucking hours.
But first of all, he lied. He said 45 minutes.
It is about, I've been there before 45.
2.5 fucking hours?
No, it's not 2.5.
And this is afternoon. We're in the afternoon.
Okay, but here's what happens. So somehow, I knew the bartender. Mark goes, if you do 4 Patron shots in 5 minutes, we'll go to the casino.
He knew you can do it.
And I did it. And I'm going to fucking tell you right now, that trip, I was so fucked up because we were drinking before and I was just bam. And I get in the car, I go, we're doing this.
And we went and we just stuck in traffic.
Well, we were stuck in traffic. So I know I've been there before where you can get there quick. If you got to go off times.
Yeah.
Just like
4 in the morning.
If you go Morongo was like an hour and a half.
Morongo's nice.
And I did a commercial out there one time, even with no traffic, that bitch was almost 2 hours.
Listen, this is what we used to. So in Detroit, right? We used to play cards all the time. Go ahead.
We went and played cards, and we made it. That was so fucking twisted.
Yeah, by the time we get there, because then you're tired drunk.
I was just drunk, bro.
Yeah.
Like I killed that shit. But I've also been to Morongo. I've been to Morongo.
Morongo was nice because we went out there. We both lost and we were about to leave, and then we had another friend with us. He went to go with this chick. We're about to leave. We're like, no, let's try to make one more run.
Popped it,
and we both made like another G or something.
Yeah, we popped the shit out of it. Bro. I love that. I love action, bro.
Yeah, I love action.
I can't live my life on the edge.
Well, no, it wasn't living life on the edge. It's money.
It's got to be here and there. I never went in Vegas. We used to play cards in Detroit, but we couldn't go to even when we were 18, right? You can't play at the casinos until you're 21. You can't go to Canada until you're 19. So there was another Indian reservation at Central Michigan University. It's called Soaring Eagle. It was 2 hours away. But we play cards. We play like Texas Hold'em like 5 nights a week, and it'd be like we'd win or whatever. Be like, all right, let's go to the casino. We drive 2 hours. We get somebody to drive us because we'd be drinking all night.
Maybe they would drive us 2 hours. Maybe we should go tonight to Morongo after this.
Fucking man, celebrate, man. Scorpio
I'll
season.
You, D.
Scorpio season.
Hey, I'll give you a certain amount. If you lose it, not. I want 50% back if you win. That's a good deal.
I'll take that.
I ain't a bad man. Tell you something. I deal with absolutes. I deal with absolutes.
I got you.
Let me tell you something. The pain that 10-year-old version of me felt when I lost that money.
Yeah, I get it.
It was like
I've heard a lot of people the same story. Something similar. That's why they don't do it. But I have fun with it. So.
Yeah, we'll wrap this up in a sec too. We're right around an hour because I forgot to put the time thing on. But Joe, you fucker.
I'm just saying, man.
You take 4 shots in 5 minutes, man. We go wherever you want.
That shit ain't gonna happen now. That was 20 fucking years ago. There's no way in hell I do that now. I'd be doing that. I'd be done. I'm old now.
Hey,
my body weary.
You gotta know when to fold them.
Yeah, he learned that.
When to fold
he learned that years ago. He talks about he ain't been since what happened. I appreciate
that. That's why I'm
some discipline.
I'm once a year maybe. But here's that. I used to play cards online.
Right.
I would come home from the club and bet $1,000 to play somebody in like just heads up playing Texas Hold'em, and then I'd win. And then another minute later, I'd play again and lose $1,000. I'm like in my room betting way more than I ever would because I was a little ballsy, a little drunk. And I'm like, I had to step away because no matter what I do, I'm very.
You all in?
I'm all in.
Yeah. He even showed to a fantasy league draft one year. Twisted.
Listen,
it was at 9 a.m. He didn't even.
I got second place because I got Tom Brady and Brian Westbrook.
Yeah. when this man and when he's on one.
Oh, dude, we can bring that up the other day. We can tell stories. I got stories. I've seen some shit too with him. I had a
I'm extreme.
Yeah, he goes into another level, bro.
Hey, the levels of not giving a fuck them.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
I've
and the
never
ego
seen,
that comes out.
Yeah.
The ego that comes out.
That's our outro music or what?
Yeah.
I'm with it.
How you guys feeling, man? It's the first ever. Darryl and I did a few episodes of Stop, Drop, and Listen during the beginning of the pandemic. Some really, really, really great stuff.
Yeah.
And when we wanted to revamp it and bring it back,
Right.
I was like, man, this could be perfect for Mastermynd Sports as we're launching it.
Right.
You guys are the very first people to do a podcast, to do a show, and like, I'm so fucking excited. This is lightning in a bottle, and I'm just like, oh shit, let's let this shit on fire. So thank you guys for doing it, man. Cool. Can't wait to do more.
Yeah, I'll stop, man.
Ooh, so yeah, let's close it out then. Tell everybody where to find you guys, and then I guess we're gonna have to start a Stop, Drop, and Listen everything else too. This will be on YouTube at Mastermynd Sports, and we'll put it all on Mastermynd Sports on Instagram as well. But yeah, where can everybody find you guys?
So you can find me on Instagram at Darryl Blalock Jr. And you can find me on Facebook at Darryl Blalock Jr. That's all I'll be on.
For now, we're gonna get you on TikTok.
Oh, God.
You can find Joe as.
We can talk about that right now. We're done, brother. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you.
You can find Joe at sportsbook.com. Oh, wait, what is it?
No.
He got a special right now.
Yeah. Maybe we start doing that.
Snap.
You can find me on the IG at Rizot and the Hizot. Facebook is Joe Rosati. And then also you can find me at YouTube on Compadres, the podcast we also do.
Yes, sir.
So it's on YouTube as well. So yeah, listen, like, and subscribe. We're gonna blow this shit up, bro.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a good time.
Oh, dude.
I like it.
And right before we sign off, one of your top 5 favorite sports movies of all time.
Ooh, this is gonna be fun.
Above the Rim.
Above the Rim?
Above the Rim.
I always put an old school one out there. I love North Dallas 40.
Ooh.
Exactly. Thank you.
North Dallas 40?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite sports.
I've never seen it.
It's a great film.
Okay.
You seen it?
Yeah, that's
good.
But you went back.
You know why I like that movie so much?
Why?
They were ahead of the times of what's really going in those locker rooms in the NFL. Think about it. I love that film. That's a great fucking film.
I mean, that's the equivalent of saying a cat on a high tin roof. Like, no,
that's a great fucking film. I love that film.
No, that's gold.
Yeah. Y'all never seen Sandlot? I'm
Of course. Sandlot was fun.
I'm just joking.
You know, it was fun. I mean, we can break that one down.
We should do that next time.
We'll go
Let's do that.
Baseball, football.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch that movie because I've never seen that.
It's a fucking great film.
Maybe we'll dive into some more some films back. Next
come on,
time,
dude.
too.
You have Nick Nolte. They show the flashbacks of the game. He still got the tapes on his ankles and his, his wrist, and he's smoking a joint in the fucking bathtub. And they pop in to go fucking hunting. It's great, dude. It was just a fun movie.
Nick did a few sports movies. He did Blue Chips.
Yeah, Blue Chips.
I love Blue Chips.
Blue Chips is good. No, this is gonna be good for
next time.
We'll blow that up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what you guys got to look forward to. Thank you guys again, man.
Thank you, brother.
Fucking awesome.
Man.
Let's do it. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.